Hello, and welcome to the Community Anchor Services team. We're excited to have you on board. Today's topic is the QSP clock, so please pay attention. If you have technical issues, contact the main office at 916-541-8206 by text or call. Leave your name and reason for the call. This is an internal Community Anchor phone number. Do not share it outside the organization. Let's begin. In this training session, we will cover how to clock in and out of the system, how to request time off, and how to verify your timesheets. We'll also show you how to find available shifts and the steps to follow if you forget your password. Once you have logged into your QSP account, in the dashboard, you will see the clock icon. Select Clock. Get familiar with this selection. You will use it most when clocking in and clocking out for your shift. Next, verify the details of your shift. Once you are familiar with the system, this should go pretty quickly. First, in red, before moving forward, verify the name of the client you are providing service for during your shift. Second, in green, before clocking in, verify the hours match your schedule. And finally, in blue, when you see a red X, it means you have not clocked in and or clocked out yet. Next, select Clock In the large green icon on the top left side of your screen. You must confirm your location. A client's home will always be an approved location. Any other approved location will appear below the first address. You can move forward past this step and clock in at an unapproved location. This will notify your direct supervisor and prompt you to leave a comment on why you clocked in at an unapproved location. An individual's home, natural support's home, frequently visited locations like day program can be on this list. When you see you have successfully clocked in for this shift, thank you. It means you are successful. Congratulations. The screen will automatically go back to today's shifts page with a green in and a green check mark, verifying that you have clocked in. Congratulations. Next, we will see this process in sequence in video format. If you have any questions, now is your opportunity.
First things first, we're going to get into QSP and log in. And if you're having trouble with logging in, you can always contact the office and we can get that fixed for you. And then the first thing you do when you in, you find the clock icon and you hit clock. Select the shift that you're trying to clock into, and then the clock is the green left button, and you select clock in. Verify the location. This is very important. And once you verify the location, you're clocked in, and there it is. And sometimes if you're not at the location, it will let you clock in, but it will notify your supervisor. But more on this later. Okay, thank you.
When clocking out, first you need to fill out a DSN or daily service note. At Community Anchor Services, we refer to this as a shift summary. The daily service note is located under the clock and icon, a navy blue bar. Once you finish your daily service note, you will be able to clock out by selecting the red clock icon on the top right of your screen. When clocking in and when clocking out, you will be prompted to verify you are at an approved location. Before we learn how to clock out, let's fill a daily service note and submit in order to be able to clock out of our shift. When submitting a daily service note, here are the main objectives to keep in mind. Behavioral changes or activities. These include any changes in the client's behavior, such as new behaviors or a change in the frequency of existing behaviors. Personal hygiene and personal care activities. These include bathing, dressing, grooming, oral hygiene, and toileting. Medication tracking, MAR. This includes tracking the client's medications, including when they were given and how they were taken. Relationships and community engagement, including family and friends. This includes tracking the client's relationships with family and friends, as well as their participation in community activities. Self-directed activities. These are activities that the client chooses to do, such as reading, watching television, or spending time with family and friends.
Hello team, welcome back. We're going to log in, and right now we're going to work on daily service note. And I don't know if you've seen a pattern here. The first thing you do once you get back on QSP, when you want to do something, like I said before, the most popular app you'll be using is Clock. And the first thing we'll do is hit the clock icon. And once you're in the clock icon, you select the shift that you're working on that day, just like we did when we were clocking in. And the next thing we'll do is we'll hit Daily Service Notes, the blue icon. And once you click the Daily Service Notes, you select the shifts you're working on that day. The shift we're working on today is the August 27th one. Once you're in, you select the shift summary, and you'll do the summary. So you answer the various questions that they ask. Did the client take medicine today? How's the hygiene? Special incidents that happened. If there was no special incidents, you don't need to select yes. But if there was, you fill out an FIR, which we'll talk about in another video. But you just fill out the summary here. You fill out the questionnaire, and you make a comment if it's prompted. And this is very important to gauge and keep track of the client's current situation and how we can support them, because that's what we do. Our job is daily. Our job is to support the client on a day-to-day basis. For example, what type of chores were done during the shift? What did the client eat during the shift? And sometimes this is going to be a no based on the type of shift. If you're working an overnight shift, it's going to be a no. Or if they ate overnight midnight snack, and then you put yes. We'll speak more about special incidents in another video. We're going to get in depth about how to recognize what is a special incident versus a norm when it comes to the client's behavior or anything out of the ordinary that's happened. So medication is another training we'll do, and a part of the medications training is understanding what kind of medication the client takes, and to kind of regulate the client and keep him at a baseline. And if the client, the reason this is here is if something happened during the medication, you could put, oh, the client took the medication but didn't take all of them. He only took one of them. He didn't like, or anything that's happened with medication. You leave a comment there, and then once you submit that, your responses has been submitted. You'll see that the shift summary icon is now gonna say complete, and you can do this throughout your shift. Recommended to do it at the end of the shift, but if there's something that's happening, you want to leave notes, and so you don't forget, you can come here, add a note, and hit save. It doesn't submit it all the way until you clock out. So you can come here and edit at any time during your shift. So a part of the daily service note and shift summary is these are things that are required every single day. Like I said, it's to be able to care for the client. These are the things that are super important to kind of understand the history and see how we can adjust our plan on how we can care for this specific client. So you must fill out a summary. So what we just did was a questionnaire, and you kind of leave notes, and the questionnaires may look different based on the goals of the client. if they're taking medications. Some of them aren't taking medications at the moment. Some of them cook their own meals. So every client situation is different, and so we will have different summary questionnaires for different clients based on your job, based on what the client needs. Because sometimes we do have nurses who come in, and the nurses will have a different questionnaire. For example, if they're gauging the client's nursing care. And if nothing extra happened during the shift, you can always just put. I recommend putting complete sentences because this is super important to keep track. So I would put complete sentences and you describe what happened that day, whether it was fun. It doesn't always have to be negative to leave a summary. It could have been a positive day. Nothing really major happened, and you just describe what happened that day. Oh, you guys watched an interesting movie, and the client mentioned this and this. You put that in the notes, and some of these things are what we use to gauge the client's future care. I wrote there an ISP. We'll talk about an ISP in a different video. Hit save, and you'll notice that how now it's a circle on the 3. And then you can come back and hit clock out, verify the location, and that's how you'll be able to clock out. Well, here says I'm not in an approved location, and you can still clock out. And then that's how you clock out.
Before you clock out at the end of your shift, please enter your mileage for travel reimbursement. This step is only necessary if you traveled with a client. On the client-specific clock-in page, select Add Mileage. Option 1 is From, which is your starting location. Option 2 is Destination Number 1. Enter the address and QSP will calculate the distance and add your mileage to your time card for reimbursement. The same rules apply for destinations number 2 through number 6. Remember to save your inputs and get a confirmation message that your mileage has been saved.
Hello team, welcome back to this training. Right now we're going to add miles. First thing we got to do is get back on QSP, log in, and same thing as if you were to clock in, you're going to select clock, and on the clock you select the current shift that you are working on and you'd like to add miles to. Now, once you are down here, you'll see your name, and below that you'll see an icon that says add mileage. And when you select add mileage, you'll see an option. The first one is from, and that's where you're coming from, and then your first destination. And it's empty, and you can always add manually the addresses. Or if you get to the certain location you're going to, you can just hit the blue pin icon on the right, and it'll automatically save the spot you are at, and then you hit save at the top right, and that's how you add miles. Okay.
Now, as promised, here's how you clock out of your shift. First, log into your QSP account. Then select Clock and then Today's Shifts. After you've finished submitting your daily service note, DSN, select Clock Out. You will be prompted to verify your location. Select OK when you see the message, "You have successfully clocked out of your shift, thank you." Congratulations, you have successfully clocked out. Here at Community Anchor Services, we believe in balance. Work to live and not live to work. With that in mind, here's a brief tutorial on how to submit a time-off request. Enjoy!
Hello team, welcome back. This time I'm going to show you guys how to request time off. Once you log in, you find the employees icon. And when you're in the employee icon, you search your name. My name is Timothy, so I'm going to search Timothy. And you select your name. And once you're in your profile, at the top left, the 3 lines, go ahead and click on that. And what you'll see is the options. And what you want to click on is the TOR, time off request. And this is the page for time off request. And you can always add with the plus at the top right. And here you have all these other options of the types of time requests off you're looking for: sick time, time without pay, vacation, and things like that. I'm going to do personal leave. Again, you could select whatever reason you are requesting time off for. Next, we're going to choose the date of the first date we're going to leave. So if you're going to leave on the 30th, you select the 30th, and when you're going to come back, and you select those. After that, we're going to look at the time. Next, you select the start time of your time off request, and then you select the end time of your time off request. It is optional to type in a comment of why you're looking to leave, but make it interesting, make it fun. This would be what your supervisor would be looking at when they're deciding to give you that time off request or not. And once you're done that, at the top right, you select save, and it'll take you back, and verifying that you have requested time off is a message. And then also you look for the pending button at the top on your time off request, verifying that the request has been sent to your supervisor and pending approval. Okay. Hello team, welcome back to this training. In case you forgot your password, the first step you want to do is click forgot password once you get back on QSP, and a pop-up will come where you will add your email, and this is the email that you provided to Community Anchor Services when you were first hired. And if you need to change this email, feel free to contact the office. And then an email will be sent to your email to reset the password. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you what that email looks like. And the email will be coming from Systems at Quicksoft Plus. That's the provider of our software. And once you get that email, you click on the link that says reset my password. And then once you get that link, you add your email, your password, and then you confirm your new password. And then you hit reset at the bottom. And that's how you change your password.
If you have any questions about QSP, you can contact the office at 916-541-8206. Some frequently asked questions, FAQs, are: where do I go to enter my location and mileage? What do I do if I forget my password? If I don't see my shift, what should I do? And finally, why can't I clock out after signing the DSN? Thank you for participating in this training. We strive to deliver quality care to our clients, and these tools make it easier to manage care. We are heart-led and mind-managed, all to provide a peace of mind. We continuously curate programs to address these issues. For community anchor services to be successful, we need tools and understand how to use them. Another way to get help is through a supervisor or a fellow staff member who has a link. Ask for a link to submit a support request. Once you have filled out a request, a staff member at the office will reach out to you and address the issue. Again, thank you for your participation.